Imagine you're walking along the shore one day and you come across this mysterious gelatinous blob. You may think it's a piece of jellyfish, but it isn't. This is a member of phylum Ctenophora, the comb jellies. Although once grouped with cnidarians, ctenophoras are highly distinct, entirely marine animals with their own unique features. Their most defining trait is how they move. 8 rows of comb-like plates, or teens, beating in coordinated waves. These long fused cilia act like tiny paddles, giving comb jellies their iridescent appearance. A second key feature is their method of capturing prey. Most ctenophoras have 2 retractable tentacles, lined with colloblasts, special sticky cells found only in this phylum. Instead of stinging, these cells catch prey by releasing adhesive granules and a coiled thread. Within the phylum, there are 5 major orders. Cetipida, often considered the most ancestral group, usually round with a pair of long primary tentacles. Lobata has reduced main tentacles. Instead, they use small tentilla near the mouth. Cestida are flattened and ribbon-like. Their main tentacles are also reduced. Platytonida are a mostly creeping group. In some adults, the 8 comb rows are completely absent. Lastly, Boroida lack tentacles altogether. They feed by engulfing prey through a large, expandable mouth.
Ctenophores can be found worldwide from warm coastal waters to deep, cold ocean floors. Certain species can be found in abundance in the Arctic seas. Most ctenophores reproduce sexually as hermaphrodites. They release both eggs and sperm into water where fertilization occurs. Several species also reproduce asexually. All known ctenophores are carnivorous, using their tentacles to capture prey. They feed mostly on small crustaceans and the planktonic larvae of many other species. Primarily, ctenophores propel themselves forward using their 8 rows of cilia, as previously mentioned. Ctenophores are non-bilaterian animals characterized by biradial symmetry and diploplastic development. Historically, they developed only 2 primary germ layers, separated by a mesoglia rather than a true third germ layer. For many species, the only change with maturation is an increase in size from the larva. Most ctenophores drift with ocean currents, but certain species exhibit diurnal vertical migration, moving into deep waters during the day and into shallow waters at night. While some species can live up to 3 years or more, others live less than a month depending on the environment. A unique fact is that though many species may resemble jellyfish, they lack stinging cells. Instead, the tentacles are covered in sticky cells called colloblasts.
Here is our tree that we constructed using our data matrix. We can see that Porifera branches off first, meaning it is derived the earliest. Next to branch off is Cnidaria, and then we see our taxon, Ctenophora. After that comes Echinodermata, then Mollusca, then Arthropoda, and finally Annelida and Chordata are sister taxa. In our tree, Ctenophora does not form a sister pair with any single taxon. The final 2 taxa, Annelida and Chordata, are the only true sister taxa that share an immediate common ancestor. Ctenophora branches off after Cnidaria, but before a large clade that contains Echinodermata, Mollusca, Arthropoda, Annelida, and Chordata. This means that on this tree, the closest relative of Ctenophora is this whole clade, not a single taxa.
The ctenophore is a part of a long metazoan evolution. The most recent common ancestor was pelagic, meaning they live in environments in the open water, but new information shows they moved from the pelagic lifestyle to a benthic one, more on the sea floor. They are in almost every marine environment and prey on native fish and food. The first of these fossils date all the way back to the Ediacaran period, and there is a lot of diversity that happens during the Cambrian period. So, they originated around 350 million years ago. For a long time, comb jellies were thought to have evolved from sponges, but in recent studies there is a hypothesis from Berkeley that comb jellies actually evolved first, and ctenophores are also the sister lineage to all other metazoans. In the literature tree, the placement shows the second earliest animal lineage, and they branch off before the Porifera and Cnidaria. This is surprising because the ctenophores has more complex systems versus a sponge, which has a very simple system. So it's hard to understand how the very complex creature can actually evolve into a much simpler one. This may suggest that the ctenophores evolved very early or even evolved twice. The tree from literature may look different than the one we created in class because of a lot of reasons. First, we did not use the bilateria in our tree. Our tree also looks different in that the Cnidaria is lower than the Porifera versus our literature tree has them flipped. This might be because the literature also compared the Placosa, which we did not, and there may be some evolutionary changes from that. These are our references. And we'd like to thank everyone for listening.